morning. I'm Zach Walker. This is Zach's Variety Show. Happy Monday. We're going to be doing some Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 today. We're going to be flying from small airport outside of Seattle to Seattle. So we're going to do that. And then from there, we're going to do a connecting flight. So let's go ahead and jump on over to the game board. The reason we're late is I'm not actually late. I was sitting here setting things up, and I didn't realize that it had become time for stream. So yeah, now that it's stream time, let's go ahead and take a look at everything. We've got our ATC options up. We've got our weight distribution set for two pilot, co-pilot, and two passengers. We've got our livery, and we've selected our aircraft as the Cessna Citation Longitude, 8-passenger jet. We're going to start at the gate, and then we're going to do an automatic approach. We're doing full-on IFR, low-altitude airway. We're doing live everything, so live weather, live flight conditions. If there are other people playing, we will see them. So pretty good, pretty simple. We are online US West, so that's pretty good. Right, so let's just go ahead and do this. And from Seattle, we'll pick up passengers and we will jump down probably to Portland. I think it's a pretty good flight. So let's go ahead and just jump on in. How's everyone doing today? Gosh, it was a lovely weekend. Check our air here. Clean our glasses. This is going to be an interesting flight. I'm running from one spot all the way over to another. Full screen. All right. So we'll worry about this all as we get going. Okay. So we are currently going to reset our ATC. We're going to reset our checklist. Look at that. Okay, and then we're going to reset our VFR map. Okay. So the first thing we need to do on our checklist is to evaluate things. So let's check out our fuel. Our fuel's looking good. Looking pretty good. Our pilot weights are all right. Let me reset this. And then we'll jump our fuel to 100 because we're going to do a connection and we don't want to wait for fuel. Okay, so we've got our fuel set up. Alright, so we're going to go for our first checklist. Let's evaluate our plane.
Parking brake. Set. Battery switches.
Autopilot.
On. Generator switches. On. APU knob. Start. APU RPM.
Okay, so I've turned on the battery, I turned on the gens, and then I turned on the APU, and now I'm waiting for the APU to spool up. So we'll get the APU all spooled up.
Stabilizes 98%-100%. APU bleed, norm. APU gen switch. On. External power, off. Bat amps, both, 0 or charging.
Okay, so we have set our first checklist. Okay, before we do our pushback, we're not going to start our engines until we do our pushback. So the next thing we need to do is I want to come over here and we will turn on our lights. Wing inspection, anti-collision, tail, back safety, seatbelts. Okay, so we've got all of our lights on. Looking good here. We're not going to mess with autopilot just yet. Let's check our flight plan. We're flying from KCLM to KSEA. Okay, that looks good. Okay, we don't want to mess with that. What we do want to mess with is our source. We're going to set ourselves to FMS. We got our comms set up. We don't have a transponder yet. So we're good there. We don't have minimums. I'm going to make my minimum 200 feet. And that is about that for the moment. We're going to turn on our icing. Protection. So I think we're good. So we've got all our basics on. We've got our flight plan set. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to turn on our flight director. We're going to set our speed to manual, and then we're going to roll our airspeed to about 210 knots. Alright, 210 knots. Also, we're going to go into our options, and I'm going to change... Oh, I can't do that. I got to go out here. We're going to go into our controls, and I'm going to change a little bit of a binding. I think I have a problem with one of my bindings. E-flight HOTAS, autopilot, set autopilot speed hold, arm auto throttle. So I'm going to remove this one. Their current input, validate. Because I think all I need to do is arm the auto throttle. I don't actually need to have that on. We'll check that out as we go. Okay, so we're good. So we've got all this ready. Autopilot's ready to be engaged. We have our speed set to 210 knots, which will keep us from speeding once we turn on the auto throttle. We've got our altitude. We don't have an altitude selected as of yet. We're going to drop our flaps to second position. Or, there we go. Second position for takeoff. And then we are going to... Why don't we just set 5,000 as an initial altitude? I don't know that that's going to be what we end up at, but we're just going to do that so that we feel happy about life. Okay, and the heading will push to sync to our runway heading as we get there. That way we can jump onto that. All right, so I believe we're ready. Let's go ahead and let's check our external and see what we've got here. We've got a fuel box, which is where we're at. And we're going to ask for a pushback. I kind of want to smooth out my control on sensitivity. Sensitivity for joystick hat. Oh, let's even further down. slider. There's a slider sensitivity. That's fine. X. Okay, R, X, Y, or Z. What is the Z axis? Oh, it's Z. Okay. I think we're good there. Alright, done. Well, no, what we want is, yeah, okay. I guess I can't really make that any smoother, but that's still pretty smooth. Alright, so let's look at all the, things we got going on here. Pretty good mountains. Alright, we're gonna ask for a pushback left, so let's, alright. So let's go ahead and push back. We're just going to push back until we can turn ourselves safely with the engine. We'll probably push back into that upper right-hand corner there. Alright, so we should be able to hit a taxiway from here. But we're just going to let the pushback take us as far back as we can. So we're in a good spot. Okay, so let's do our, let's get our clearance.
Clearance delivery Penguin 2515 IFR to Seattle, ready to copy.
Penguin 2515 is cleared to Seattle Airport as filed. Climb and maintain 8,000 feet. Departure frequency is 118.2 squawk 0557. Clearance void 30 minutes from now.
Okay, climb and maintain 8,000 feet.
Penguin 2515 cleared to Seattle Airport as filed. Climb and maintain 8,000 feet. Departure is 118.2 squawk 0557. Clearance void 30 minutes from now.
Penguin 2515 read back correct.
Kilo Charlie Lima Mike traffic Penguin 2515 is taxiing to runway 8.
Power levers. Idle. Right engine run / stop button. Run. Right engine starter button. Push. Engine instruments. Monitor. Power levers. Idle. Left engine run / stop button. Run. Left engine starter button. Push.
There.
Engine instruments. Monitor.
Alright, so we're good. So we've completely filled out our checklist for starting. So let's go ahead and begin our taxi. Runway 8. We'll double do that. We'll announce our
Kilo
taxi.
Charlie Lima Mike traffic Penguin 2515 is clear of the runway. Kilo Charlie Lima Mike traffic Penguin 2515 is taxiing to runway 8.
Alright, so we're gonna roll. I'm fairly sure I can miss the general aviation craft and still hit this middle taxiway here. There we go. We're at about 12% power all the way down. Alright, we're making it. We're gonna get all the way over here. We're at 7 knots, so let's go ahead and go up to 20% power and see if we can't get to closer to our 20 knot speed limit on runways. Maybe we'll go with the 30. There we go. Now we got 15 knot. You gotta pull down. Pull down. 23. Maybe it's okay. We're good to pull back power a little. We don't want to go over the 20 knot taxi speed. Alright, now we're going out. And the reason we're going out is because we're a fairly big jet for this airport. Now, a 737 can and has taken off from this airport before. But we're still, compared to the rest of the Gen Ave, we are very much a big aircraft. For this airport. Right, we're gonna hold short. Our parking brake on. KCLM traffic, Penguin 2515 is holding short runway 8 for straight out departure. We will be leaving soon.
Kilo Charlie Lima Mike traffic Penguin 2515 taking off runway 8 departing straight out.
Okay, here we go. We're gonna go out. Go out. We've got our flaps in takeoff position. We're going to coast on to the runway and line our nose up. Not an incursion. I already had clearance. All right, here we go. We're gonna hold our brakes down. We're gonna cycle our engines up to 2/3 power. Gosh, come on. All right, we're gonna hold our brakes, cycle our engines up to 2/3 power. 210 knots is our max. We're gonna let go now. Here we go. A little bit of right rudder. And let's take off.
Landing gear. Landing gear.
Gear up.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
Flaps to 1. Flaps up. Don't know why we're over 217, but we're okay there. Alright. Let's roll. We've got altitude set to
Landing
8,000.
gear. Landing 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 gear.
Take a look. Okay. Alright, so we've got our navigation clicked on. Got our altitude, oh no, RVS up to level 8,000. One degree. Okay, let's contact Whitby.
Whitby departure Penguin 2515 is at 3,000 feet climbing 8,000 feet. Penguin 2515 Whitby departure continue to Arcus as planned. Altimeter 29.96.
Okay. So we are rolling. Let's go ahead and put a picture-in-picture up here on the screen if I can. That should be good. Alright. Uh-huh. That is our current trajectory. Okay. We've got our plan up and we're rolling. Doing pretty good. We've got our flaps in. We've got our, I'm gonna pull my throttle back to middle because my autopilot is on. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna assume runway 16 left. That's almost always runway 16 left, even if, like most of the time, the weather dictates that. So we're gonna just assume ILS 16 on the, I don't
Penguin
know.
2515, contact Seattle Center on 125.1.
125.1 for 2515.
125.1 for Penguin 2515.
Okay. Let's tune Seattle Center on 125.1.
Seattle Center Penguin 2515 is at
1,300 feet, climbing 8,000 feet.
Penguin 2515 Seattle Center, continue to Arcus as planned. Altimeter
29.906 for 2515.
Seattle Center Delta 1922 is at flight level 2905, descending 6,000 feet. Delta 1922 Seattle Center, continue to Graphi as planned.
Look at this.
Penguin 2515, contact with the departure on 118.2. Delta
11.
874, descend and maintain 10,000 feet.
118.2 for Penguin 2515.
118.2 Penguin 2515.
Alright, there we go.
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet, Delta 874.
Ooh, there's someone behind me.
Delta 874, you are 14,400 feet above your assigned altitude. Descend and maintain 10,000 feet.
Ooh, jeez.
Seattle Center Penguin
Penguin
2515
2515, 8,000 feet.
Penguin 2515 Seattle Center, continue to water as planned. Altimeter
29.906 for Penguin 2515.
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet, Delta 874.
There's a lot of people in Seattle.
Seattle Center Delta 167 tree is out of flight level tree 05 for 6,000 feet.
Delta 167 tree Seattle Center continue to graphy as planned.
Okay. I still haven't been given a any sort of landing clearance. Or approach. But that's just kind of how this works, so, you know. Alright, I'm gonna zoom in. I've got a plane in front of me.
Seattle Center generic Romeo Tango Delta 26 is out of 13,400 feet for 2,600 feet. Generic Romeo Tango Delta 26 Seattle Center continue as planned. Altimeter 29.95. Generic 45 Delta you are 47 miles north. Descend and maintain 4,800 feet. Expect vectors visual runway tree 4 approach. Generic 45 Delta climb and maintain 10,000 feet.
Nice. Alright, so we're doing good.
Seattle Center Jazz 8229er is at flight level 225 descending 3,000 feet. Jazz 8229er Seattle Center continue to save this planned. Climb and maintain 10,000 feet. Expect vectors visual runway tree 4 approach generic 45 Delta.
Okay. So as you can see, still a little ways out.
Delta 19er 22 contact Seattle Center on 128.5.
I really do like the Microsoft Flight Sim's ability to let you use your own call sign. So like Penguin is not something that most people are going to be flying as. So I can very quickly recognize what's going on. Scenery is so nice.
Generic 45 Delta contact Seattle Center on 128.5.
1, 2. Oh, that's generic out. It's exactly. And it's there's just the right amount of comm traffic because they're not portraying Seattle as busy as it is. It still feels busy enough that I understand that it's a main airport, and also busy enough that or not busy enough that I can still land at this airport and use air traffic without feeling like because like air traffic on major is like blah 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 blah. It's so fast and you don't have time to respond really. You just have to be like affirm. Not really affirm, but you have to be able to speak fast and be fast on your feet. There's so many real people up ahead of me. There's one on my flight path in front. There's one behind me.
Penguin 2515 contact Seattle Center on
128.5 for Penguin 2515.
128.5 Penguin 2515.
Seattle Center, Penguin 2515 at 8,000 feet.
Seattle Center Penguin 2515 8,000 feet.
Penguin 2515 Seattle Center continue to level as planned. Altimeter 29.906.
Seattle Center Delta 167 tree is out of flight level 185 for 6,000 feet.
Penguin 2515 contact Seattle approach on 126.5.
126.5.
7 tree Seattle Center continue to graphy as planned.
126.5 for 2515.
126.5 Penguin 2515.
Seattle approach, Penguin 2515 with you at 8,000 feet.
Seattle approach Penguin 2515 8,000 feet.
Penguin 2515 Seattle approach continue to level as planned. Altimeter 29.905.
2995. Penguin 2515. Continue as planned, Penguin 2515.
Penguin 2515 you are 29er miles northwest. Descend and maintain 6,000 feet. Keep speed below 210 knots. Expect ILS runway 16 left approach via graphy transition. Cleared to graphy.
Descend and
Descend
maintain
and maintain
in
6,000
feet. Keep below 210.
knots. Expect ILS runway 16 left approach via graphy transition. Cleared to graphy Penguin 2515.
We're gonna go to 180.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing
Expect
gear.
ILS 16 approach
Landing
via
gear.
Griffey. Okay, so that's what we
Landing
need to
gear.
look out next.
Landing gear. Landing gear.
Okay, so we need to change our transition to Griffey. And then load and activate. Activate approach. And then we will...
Stall. 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 Stall.
yeah, we're not stalling, it's fine. And then we'll go ahead and hit our approach. This is just...
2515 please expedite your descent to 6,000 feet.
Okay, let's go ahead and expedite our descent to 6,000 feet, which we're doing.
Stall.
Not stalling, we're just going to 6,000 feet. Put out one thing of flaps so we don't stall. Okay, so we are rolling back around to the approach vector. Approaches are still kind of bugged in this thing. I need to figure out Seattle's current ILS codes. So it should be rocking me into low fall and then taking a hard right-hand turn. Which should put me back on... be down to 6,000 feet now. In no time. Alright, so now we're back on track. Port Griffey. To it now. Back on our path. Okay, so we've got ourselves set up. We are ready to roll. We're coming back towards Griffey. Airspeed 180 knots is nice. That should bring us in at a really nice even keel. Alright, so we're still going. We're rolling in. We've got our flaps out at 7 degrees. Ooh, look at those clouds clearing. That's so good. Okay, so Seattle is just a little bit off of our right wing. You can see still plenty of people over there. Don't know which ones are in the air. I mean, I know some of them are in the air, but I don't know which ones are at Boeing Field and which ones are at Seattle. You can see Rainier over there, just above the clouds. And Mount Baker should be up over here somewhere. Like over there.
Penguin 2515, descend and maintain 4,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet, Penguin 2515.
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet, Penguin 2515.
Yeah. This is going well. See if I can find my wind. Let's see, let's do PDF settings, wind option 3. Oh, 3 knots at 225. Okay. Well, that's not too bad. So it's a right tailwind. It's pushing me right, left. Alright. As soon as they clear me, I'm going to drop to 1,000 feet. Once you're over Boeing Field, there's nothing left to worry you. And that next field up there is Boeing Field. Look at the Space Needle.
Penguin 2515, descend and maintain 3,200 feet.
3,200 feet for
Descend and
2515.
maintain 3,200 feet, Penguin 2515.
1,200 feet.
Seattle approach Boeing 120 is at 1,700 feet, climbing 8,000 feet. Boeing 120 Seattle approach continue as planned. Altimeter
Alright.
29.97.
We're going down to 3,200. And alright, we're gonna change our speed to 160. And we're gonna throw some
Landing
flaps
gear.
out.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
We are now in landing configuration.
Penguin 2515, you are 10 miles north of Seattle. Contact Seattle Tower on 120.905 when inbound. Boeing 120, please expedite your climb to 8,000 feet.
120.95 for Penguin 2515.
Tower on 120.95, Penguin 2515. Seattle Tower, Penguin 25159 miles north, inbound ILS runway 16 left approach. Penguin 2515 Seattle Tower. Cleared ILS runway 16 left approach. Altimeter 29.97, wind calm. Cleared ILS runway 16 left approach, Penguin 2515.
Okay. So now here's where things get a little hazy. Because look how many people are in KC. Okay, so now I need to slow down. Because we're going over Boeing Field. Alright, so now we need to get down all the way to 1,000 feet. Alright, we're going over Boeing Field. We're gonna...
Penguin 2515 cleared to land runway 16 left. Wind calm, caution the generic landing runway 16 right. Cleared to land runway 16 left, Penguin 2515.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll left a little. I'm gonna turn
Autopilot.
off disengaging autopilot. We're gonna roll down. We're gonna lose frame rate coming into Seattle, so I'm just gonna try and slowly bring myself down.
Seattle Tower, Alaska 6908 at runway 16 left, ready for takeoff IFR to Houston. Alaska 6908, hold short runway 16 left. Traffic is Cessna Z700 on final.
500.
Alright, we're fine.
Hold short runway 16 left, Alaska 6908.
Stall. 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 Stall.
I got you.
Stall. 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 Stall.
Oh, that was rough. Ouch. Okay, well, that hurt a little bit. Just a little bit of my pride. But that's okay. Um, yikes. Okay, main menu. Okay. Fuel box. Okay. Go ahead and run low altitude airways. All right. So that was rough, and that is exactly the problem I've been having lately. Is that it brings me in real close. Need to figure out where the operational manual is for most of these planes because, like, I don't know what my landing speed via fuel is. You should be able to do checklists and like a little bit of calculator work before I was
Street
gonna land.
underscore 2020 is now a leaf walker.
Hey, Street. Okay. Thank you for becoming a leaf walker. How you doing today? Let's jump. All right, there we go. I think we're back to doing our checklist. So let's go ahead and do our pre-flight checklist here. We've got
Parking brake. Set. Battery switches.
Autopilot.
On. Generator switches. On.
on,
APU knob.
start.
Start. APU RPM.
It will wait for the APU to cycle up. And then while we're waiting for the APU to cycle up, why don't we take care of a few issues? We're going to turn flight director on. We're going to set our speed to manual and go to 210.
Stabilizes 98%-100%. EPU bleed. Norm.
Okay.
EPU gen switch.
On.
On. External power. Off.
Off.
Bat amps. Both. 0 or charging.
Okay. So now let's head back over. We were setting up the autopilot. We had our speed set to 210 knots at takeoff to keep us steady. Our runway heading we'll click that before we take off. We'll have our altitude. We're just going to, it doesn't matter, we'll just sync it up, but I think we'll have to go to 5,000 or 8,000 probably. Alright, let's go ahead and jump on over. Double check our flight plan to make sure that's loaded well. Wow, there's a lot of stuff going on here. Why is our flight plan not loading? There it is. There's our flight plan. Okay. We must have a lot of junk going on because I can feel the frame rate drop being in Seattle. FMS for our nav source. Let's go ahead and turn on our main map. Turned our map on. You can see the map where we're at. Just a hair here. Okay, so we are reset. We are APU started and ready for pushback. Oh, look how the frame rate suffers in Seattle. It's so rough. There's just so much going on here. And I could probably fix that a little bit. We'll go into general. I feel it chugging. The whole simulator is chugging right now. Options, general. Mm, let's see. I might turn this on for a second because it's pretty rough in Seattle right now. I'm gonna turn the density of support vehicles down. I'm going to turn the density of aircraft parked, and then I'm going to turn the worker density down. I'm going to turn off all leisure boats. Road vehicles down a little bit. Ships and ferries down a little bit. Just because I'm in Seattle and it's real heavy right now. Let's head back and see how this works for us. Helps a bit. There we go. Hey, look at that. That's a much better frame rate than even what I was getting before, even though it's still pretty rough. Because there's just so much junk going on. Yeah, alright. Let's go ahead and ask for a pushback. Okay. Wow. Okay, so there's definitely some chug going on. Alright. We're gonna limit our chug by being inside the plane while we get this pushback. As much as we can. Okay, so we're gonna take our engine start checklist.
Power levers. Idle. Right engine run / stop button. Run. Right engine starter button.
Okay, they're starting. Perfect. We should be started up pretty quick here.
Push. Engine instruments.
Yeah, we're watching them.
Monitor. Power levers. Idle. Left engine run / stop button. Run. Left engine starter button.
Okay. We should be starting. Let's go ahead and call clearance.
Push. Engine instruments. Seattle Airport information India 1700 Zulu. Wind.
Seattle clearance delivery Penguin 2515 ready to copy IFR clearance to Kilo Charlie Lima Mike. Penguin 2515 is cleared to Kilo Charlie Lima Mike Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 16 center climb and maintain 6,000 feet.
16
Departure
center.
frequency is 123.9 squawk 6155. Penguin 2515 cleared to Kilo Charlie Lima Mike Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 16 center climb and maintain 6,000 feet. Departure on 123.9 squawk 6155.
Monitor.
Penguin 2515 readback is correct. Contact ground on 126.875 when ready to taxi. 2515 with India ready to taxi IFR.
Penguin 2515 taxi to and hold short of runway 16 center via taxiway Bravo Charlie cross runway 16 left Charlie. Contact tower on 119.9 when ready.
Taxi to and hold short runway 16 center via taxiway Bravo Charlie cross runway 16 left Charlie Penguin 2515.
Look, Spotty Deer's got a plane right there. Oh, he's going to a gate. Nice. Hello, Spotty Deer. I might turn all AI traffic off next time and just deal with other players because there's a lot of other players. Look at that, 748. That thing. Huge. It's so good. Alright, so we're running down our taxis. We're just going to follow our taxi ribbon because it's almost impossible to know what these taxiways are marked as. Ooh, frame rates are so rough in this. I'm gonna probably have to turn my settings down again. It's great when I'm out in the middle of nowhere, but at airports it gets a little rough, especially if other people are around. All right. Oh, that almost looked like a person for a second there. Flip taxiways here. Got this. Really chuggy frame rate right now. Looks like loaded burritos coming in for a landing on our runway. Alright, so we're just rolling down our taxiways. We're gonna cross the runway. Ooh, he's coming in. Here comes one. And if I can. Look at that. There's a plane out there on the runway. I believe that's the left. Like LT Bone's about to take off. Goes. Frame rate of death in Seattle. And then Seattle's not even probably the most used airport. Interesting. Interesting. Yep, I exceeded my taxi speed. Slow down a little here. Pull back a bit. So we have to get to center. So we're taking off on center, so we have to cross left and line up on center. Ooh, look at that. That guy just spawned right on left. He doesn't care. No ducks were given. He was just like, I'm gonna spawn and take off immediately. Not a duck was given that day. Alright, hold on. Spring Wolf, once again, also spawning on 16 left. Going for it. And then unspawning as he goes into the main menu. So here's the deal with like general flight sim, and this is why I'm loving being in groups with my friends. Ooh. Ooh. Nice. Is that in general flight sim nobody follows rules, which is sad. But it's true. Alright, so technically not really incurring because I've been given orders to cross to center. Hold short, so that's what I'm gonna do, and ground would stop me if I was in danger. Brakes. Ooh, the frame rate, seriously. I wonder if Portland's better than Seattle. It's hard to tell because, like, it has to do with traffic. I think I'm gonna turn all traffic except for players off. and then see if I can handle that. I might just have to lower the settings a little bit. Because my game is beautiful and it handles really well outside of major airports. Once I get into Seattle, oh my gosh, the frame rate just tanks. Like I crashed because I just couldn't handle the frame rate changes. Alright, let's see. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to turn the tower.
Seattle
Request
Tower
takeoff
Penguin
clearance.
2515 ready to go runway 16 center IFR to Kilo Charlie Lima Mike. Penguin 2515 cleared for takeoff runway 16 center.
Okay, so I've been cleared.
Cleared for takeoff runway 16 center Penguin 2515.
Alright, so we've taken our clearance. Flaps 7. Flaps takeoff configuration. Alright, we're gonna go for it. Airspeed 210. Releasing. Alright, here we go. B1. B2, rotate. Come on. Flaps in 1. Gear up. Frame rate, come on. Flaps in 2.
Penguin 2515 contact Seattle departure on 123.9er.
We're not approaching.
Penguin 2515 please acknowledge.
Knowledge.
123.9er Penguin 2515. Seattle departure Penguin 2515 is at 2,500 feet climbing 6,000 feet.
Penguin 2515 Seattle departure continue to hotline as planned. Altimeter 29.96.
Seattle departure Penguin 2515 requesting vector to next waypoint.
Penguin 2515 continue to hotline turning and following heading 160 resume on navigation.
Continue to hotline turning and following heading 160 resume on navigation Penguin 2515.
Alright, so we're moving up. at we're gonna move our up speed to about 1,000, 2,000 feet per minute. We want to get up there quick. Got our nav on. Double check that our flight director is set to FMS. Oh, we don't have our lights on. My gosh, the frame rates. Icing on.
Penguin 2515, climb and maintain 7,000 feet.
I'm gonna maintain
Climb and
7,000
maintain
feet.
7,000 feet. Penguin 2515.
I'm maintain 7,000 feet. Okay. Got nav on. We're good there. Let's go ahead and turn on the map for everybody. So now we've got our map on. And zoom out a little bit of that map so you can see where we're headed.
Penguin 2515, climb and maintain 7,600 feet.
Climb and maintain 7,600 feet. Penguin 2515.
We're gonna go up fairly quick to that because it's only 600 feet. Error. Encoding overloaded. Consider turning down. What was that? Okay, there we go. So this isn't too bad right now. We've got where we're going. We're moving up on our next waypoint. We're rolling around. At 7,600 feet. I kind of wish we'd go to higher setting than that. Alright. Perfectamundo. We're almost there. Let's go ahead and raise our flight speed. $240. Why am I gaining speed? Something's definitely out. I'm gonna bring my speed down a little bit because apparently we can't hold 240. There must be some wind or something. Check our PDF display. Don't have wind up on it again. Don't know why. Wind, 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 wind.
Penguin 2515, you are 37 miles southeast. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect RNAV runway 26 approach via job and transition. Cleared to job.
Job in. Okay.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect RNAV runway 26 approach via job and transition. Cleared to job. Penguin 2515.
Penguin 2515, contact Seattle Center on 125.1.
One two five decimal one for Penguin 2515. departure Penguin 2515 7,600 feet.
Penguin 2515 Seattle departure continue to chop as planned. Altimeter 29.95. Penguin 2515 contact Seattle Center on 126.6.
126.6 for Penguin 2515.
The heck is going on here? Ah, getting hooked into the hook. I see. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're turn the altitude down to 3,000 feet. There we go. And then we're gonna roll into this. So we've got 3,000 feet. Check the green. We want to be at 3,000 feet at Famov. So let's pull back a bit. Famov. But Jobin, we want to be at 6,000 feet, which is fine. Kobuk's 3,700. Famov 3. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and roll right into 3,000 feet as soon as we take this turn. No, we want to do 500 feet. And make our descent time so slow that we're there when we get there. So why don't we make our 500 feet. And then our go down at 200 feet per minute. Because we're at 7. we're at 7. If we're going down 200 a minute, no, we want to go down like more than that. We want to go like 500 feet a minute. So 500 feet a minute. All right, so that should put us at about 6 at Jobin.
Seattle Center Penguin 2515 is at 7,300 feet, climbing 7,600 feet.
No, we're not.
Penguin 2515 Seattle Center, continue to drop as planned. Altimeter 29.905. Penguin 2515, descend and maintain 3,700 feet.
Descent and maintain 3,700 feet, Penguin 2515.
Kenmore 6 tree, contact Seattle Center on 128.5.
Okay. Now we need to turn our speed
Going to
down.
128.5 Kenmore 6 tree.
Landing gear.
Like
Landing gear.
185.
Landing gear. 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 Landing gear.
All right. We need to go down much faster than this. We need to go down at like 2,000 feet per minute. We'll change our final altitude to 1,000 feet.
Penguin 2515, contact would be approach on 118.2.
118.2, Penguin 2515.
Okay, so we need to turn our airspeed down even more. Okay, so this is great.
Seattle Center Delta 26 is out of flight level 410 for 10,000 feet. Delta 26 Seattle Center, continue as planned.
Whitby approach, Penguin 2515 is at 2,500 feet, climbing 3,700 feet.
Penguin 2515 would be approach, continue to Cobucks as planned. Altimeter 29.96.
Okay, so we're coming down.
Penguin 2515, climb and maintain 3,000 feet.
Climb and maintain 3,000 feet. Penguin 2515.
All right. Just doing a low buzz of the area. Really nice. Alright, we're going to close the map because we're going to get ready for landing. We're almost there. Frame rate's pretty horrid right now. Okay, so that should be my
500.
airport. Yep, I'm well aware of that. Just doing a nice little buzz here.
Penguin 2515, you are 9 miles east of Kilo Charlie Lima Mike.
Penguin 2515. Kilo Charlie Lima Mike traffic. Penguin 2515, 8 miles east inbound RNAV runway 26. Kilo Charlie Lima Mike traffic. Penguin 2515 is on final runway 26 to land.
Yeah, so we're gonna come in. We're holding pretty good. Alright, here we go. I think that's our runway ahead. Alright, here we go.
pilot. 500. 500.
Ah! Crap. It's too strong. I came in too strong. It's okay. We're working on it. If I could figure out the ILS, it would be a lot easier than having to bring it in by hand. Anyway, that's the end of our day for streaming. Woof. All right. Well, thanks for watching. I know you have lots of choices. Thanks for spending your time with me. Oh, there's delay again. I don't understand why there's so much delay in this. See, now it's back. That's weird. Flight Sim just chugs my system. Oh my gosh. Okay, so thanks for watching. Let's see here. Who are we going to jump on over to? I don't think Haglin is streaming today. It's Monday. But we got Mordovos doing Keyforge, and that's pretty fun. So let's raid on over to Mordovos, and have a great day, everyone. Bye.